Welcome back. So we're going to continue turkey hunting, but let me catch you up here. So after Buck and I stopped hunting late morning in Florida, that was it for me for Florida. And I went over to my in-laws and spent a day and a half with them. And then today I left this morning. I didn't leave real early. And then I stopped and did a rest area workout. So if you've seen anything else with my rest area workouts, I've added something, and it's the blue water containers. So right now they're not full, so they have 6 gallons in them, not 7. So that makes them about 48 pounds instead of 56. So just another variation and some other stuff you can do at a rest area with these blue containers. So they make some pretty good resistance. So this was kind of the final set as I built up to there, you know, going with body weight and building up. So I didn't just jump in with this. So a little quick full body workout, some jumps and whatnot. I guess you call them kind of like box jumps and things like that. And so yeah, so between not leaving too early and doing a rest area workout, and now I'm stopping off. I needed some gloves, and I forgot an owl hoot at home. So I'm trying to find some locator calls besides the little crow call I have, just to try to get something to gobble at night and maybe first thing in the morning. So what I think I'm going to end up doing is getting back into Mississippi, and I won't be able to do anything tonight. It looks like I'm going to get there too late. So what I'm going to do is get parked near something that I've e-scouted, because I'm in a completely different area. I have no idea what's going on there. So I'm going to park near a place where I've e-scouted, and then just go in the dark and try to get to a vantage point to hear multiple ridges and multiple finger ridges and things. So that will be the plan in the morning. Hopefully we get a good night's sleep, and hopefully it's not raining. It's raining right now. It rained on the way over here really bad, but I'm in Alabama right now. And that seems to be picking up where we left off from Mississippi. Mississippi, I was wet most of the time. I'm hoping we don't do that this go round. So we shall see you in the morning. Good morning, folks. I'm out on my little point, if you will. And we got quite a bit of moon right there. And the sun's coming up over there. Getting close to gobble time, so we'll be listening. And once again, I was fooled with the contour lines here. What I thought were going to be ridges are really very slow sloping hills, so it's not quite the terrain I thought it was. Well, this morning's an absolute bust. No gobbles, and the creek bottom is just this nasty mess. This is not like a creek bottom up further north in Mississippi. So I don't think I am in a area that's worthwhile at all. I got to figure out a new place to be, because this ain't it. Dang. Wasted a morning. I've been driving around and just trying to find a place that looks decent. So I've decided just to slip into these woods here and get back in here and see what's going on. See if anything opens up. It's a little more open in here. It's conceivable a turkey would be back here. So I'm kind of hoping it opens up maybe a little more. But I can see on the map that there's some different types of vegetation, so we could change and get into something pretty good. I'd love to find a chunk of nice hardwood, but never know. So in trying to keep positive, this morning at least I didn't run into briars or spider webs, so we got that going for us. We'll spend a little bit of time back here, and if not, probably go check somewhere else nearby but I'm almost feeling like I want to run back up to the area that I'm a little familiar with. Now that the permit hunt is over, I can go into more places up in that area, which is where I had some almost close calls last year, so we'll see. Kind of a rough looking turtle. That joker's seen better days. It's still kind of thick. Hoping to get to the main creek bottom. It's supposed to be really kind of flat, and I'm hoping that it's got a good canopy above so that the underneath is more open. I'm afraid it never did clear up back there, so I'm right back at the car now. Not sure where I'm going to go, but I do need to move, figure out where a turkey is. Well, look at that. Lo and behold, looks like a hen. It's got to be pretty fresh because it poured buckets last night. Huh. I guess there is something out here. Crossing this bad boy got a little bit sketchy. I had to get nasty with the 4 low and the rear diff lock. Started getting real squishy over there. But I tell you what, it would not be good to get stuck out here. There is no signal. No signal. Probably not my smartest move I've ever done. Definitely giving her some custom pinstriping on this trip. Well, in a stroke of good fortune, I was getting gas because I figured this was the last town before I get to where I was going. And a guy said, "You come from Colorado down here to hunt?" I was like, "Yep." He's like, "You got family down here?" I was like, "No." He's like, "You from here?" "No." He's like, "Were you stationed at Camp Shelby?" "No." He said, "You find any birds?" I was like, "No." He said, "You want to go hear some tomorrow?" He said, "I can't guarantee that we'll kill one, but we'll hear some." So I said yes. So we got a rendezvous time in place, and hopefully I can at least hear something here in Mississippi. Maybe if we're lucky we get a bird down. I'm assuming private land. That's my assumption, but I don't know. We'll see. Whether it goes well or not, I'll give you a rundown of what we did, where I went. Was that him just there? Well, eventually we had these gobblers out in this big old clear cut, and I went over to go try to find them. I couldn't find him. I come back and he had left to go look at something he thought was a strutter, and so I'm standing there and I hear a gobble, so I go back out there. I find them. There's 2 of them in a place I really can't make a crawl in a reasonable amount of time, and he had to go to work, so we left them there. But we're gonna link back up back there in the morning, and hopefully they come back to that clear cut, which I'm assuming they will. That's the plan for tomorrow. I think the rest of the day I'm going to go up to some public land and see if I can't poke around a little bit. Well, good afternoon, folks. I got to that piece of public land and I had me a nap. But what I got here is the road here splits and goes back another almost 3/4 mile. This one in front of Blaze is roadblocked. This one has a washout. And while I was trying to line up to figure out how to get through, but if either of these edges gave out, I'd be in trouble. So what I'm thinking is these two forks go down to a creek. Let's say the creek runs about north and south. These two would come in from the east side. What I'm thinking is I've got a lot of creek back here that no one's going to. There's no tire marks back here. I'm the first person to drive back here since the last rain on Wednesday night. So it's Friday afternoon. So in 48 hours, I'm the last person to drive back here. That one you got to walk from, and this one you got to walk from. So I'm thinking what I got is some prime area that probably no one's really been into. That's the hope anyway. But it was neat to see and hear and have a gobbler gobble back to my call this morning. So I've got the bike off. Finally gonna get some use out of this. Been lugging it around all over. Had to put a bunch of oil on the chain, knock the dust off. So we're gonna go do this, get back there, maybe hear a late afternoon bird, and then we'll sleep tonight somewhere close, because I'm gonna meet that nice fella again in the morning and see if maybe we can't figure out where those birds are gonna be in that clear cut and maybe get on one of them jokers. If I had a longer period of time to work with this morning, potentially I could have gone in the woods, looped around, and crawled in on them, assuming the woods were walkable. That's an assumption that may or may not be correct. So I do realize I've been doing a terrible job of videoing, but I haven't had much to video. I've just been mostly struggling. So Phil, I hope those birds up in North Carolina are going to be more accommodating than these ones in Mississippi are. And to be honest, the ones in Florida, I know I got one in Florida, but that was just because Buck was kind enough not to pull the trigger. And that particular one just wanted to come in and play. So all right, enough of me. We'll get this gear on and start heading down the road. Well, while I was riding my bike, I just noticed that the woods were so much different, so much better. It's a little thick down in here, and I have a showstopper right now. I saw it developing way over here, and it curves around. It's not the creek, it's not even on the map, but it's significant. But the terrain is so much different here. You could see a turkey using it, so morale is up. Saw and heard turkeys, got a nap. Now I'm in terrain that feels like there's turkeys. But I want to go down it a ways, see if I can get around. If not, I'll go back to the bike and go into some of that other area that looked good, see what I can come up with. I finally got around that slough. I was starting to think it might be the creek, but this creek is certainly running pretty good, and that definitely is not running at all back there. So I've been going around calling, and I think one just answered me. Gave me about a 10 or 15 second delay, and then answered me from a distance. So I'm trying to close some of that distance. Let this helicopter go by, and we'll try again. Yes, we definitely have a gobbler. Yeah, he's not too far. Sounds like he's drifting up the drainage. I might need to try to go get ahead of him. Actually sounds like he's really not that far away. Huh. It's been a little while, and he actually I was starting to move, and he gobbled from the same vicinity. So I sat back down, and he doesn't seem to have moved, although that last gobble sounded a little quieter and maybe further to my right. I think what I'm going to try to do is go back up this old trail, cross over the drainage onto his side, and see if that doesn't entice him better. Well, I'm not sure what happened. When I said that sounded further away and got up to move, I think that was the last time I heard him, so don't think I spooked him. I don't think I was within 200 yards of him. Maybe I was a little inside at one point, but don't think he heard or saw me move. But he's been quiet for a good while now. The sun's getting low in the sky. I did say I like these woods a lot better. Hey, we got to be in the game today. Twice. That's a good day. Nap, birds. What more do you want? A shower. I could use a shower.